Let's get it. We're going to get into something new, something that hasn't been done. Everybody's talking about wrestling, who's going to debut on Raw, who's going to show up on SmackDown. Let's put our little imaginations to test and see if we can get that money. All that and more, maybe probably in a quick 30 minutes. The phone lines will be open, so make sure to look out for that link in the comments section. All that and more while I get the band tuned up and ready to go.
Drop by, say hello in the chatty while we get the show started. Hit that like, subscribe if you're new, and share if you can. Then don't.
What's good? Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you muchachos and gatos may be at. I'm always going to say that. It's been going on for 3 years. This is your boy Dominic, famous off of TMZ awfully because of you guys helping me out. But let me get straight into business. I got to gloat sometimes. It's pretty cool. It felt awesome, man. Somebody out there shouted me out to put me out on TMZ. The 3 people that come to my mind, Brad Shepard, Chris Jericho, dare I say Tommy Dreamer, without getting too much into the craziness. But betting odds, we're going to make this short, sweet, and what to expect from this. Shout out to theslam.net. Hopefully we could collab on this and get something going on, as well as people coming up on here and sharing their ideas on how to make money. And let's get straight into it. I'm not going to be one of those videos doing 6-7 minutes long right into it. This is a screen I'm going to share. And if I could zoom in on it, and I'm still learning on the negatives and positives. They always switch up. They try to trick you. It's not always what it seems to be. And hopefully my microphone is up and ready working. Let me know if it is. What up, DST, Almighty One, Cinnamonville? We got the usual suspects up on here. But the next pay-per-view that is up, right? These are all the matches. Hopefully I could zoom in on it a little bit more. If you're not looking, please come to the screen right now. Let me X out that ad. And the world title elimination tournament final. This is for AEW's next pay-per-view, Full Gear. No title on the line. Betting odds are off. That's just because anything and everything can happen in this match. The next one, Jericho, Castagnoli, Danielson, and Guevara, ROHW title. That's off for a litany of reasons. It's just there could be a DQ. Danielson teams up with Jericho and joins Jazz. It's an ROH title. People don't take that seriously. The Acclaimed and Keith Lee going at it. It's just so 50-50 that the betting odds, the people in Vegas don't really want to throw that out there. But the ones where it's sort of 50-50, where Vegas is thinking like, man, there's something fishy going on over here, are Jamie Hayter versus Tony Storm. And they have Jamie Hayter winning 150 to 110. And, of course, they have MJF defeating Moxley by a significant amount, 500 to 300. So some of you guys may ask yourself, wait a minute, how does this work? How can I make money? Well, first of all, like 50 Cent said, to make money, you got to spend money. So in this, if I could zoom it in on a little bit more, we'll start off with Jamie Hayter versus Tony Storm. So we have Tony Storm winning. As weird as it sounds, the negative is actually good. Plus is bad. So if you have a negative, that means that person's going to win. So she's favored to win 150 to 100 plus 10. Toni Storm. I'll explain this. So if you agree with them, for you to make $150, this is money. You have to spend 110. So you have to put $110 down to win 150. Before I get into this, make sure you're a legal age, you're in a legal state, you have everything legal to go around with it. And if you have a gambling problem, please call up that gambling hotline because it can get very, 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 very addicting. Thus why you can bet on anything, and you can bet on Jamie Hayter. So back to what I was saying. You would have to spend $110 to make $150. So that profit is what, $40? So you're making $40 if you bet on Jamie Hayter. But they're saying that if you want to make the big money, then that's just a very weird number. To do the opposite, to make 110. Oh no, and actually, let me rephrase that. That's if you would pick Toni Storm to win. This is still very fresh in my mind. So if you want Jamie Hayter to win and you're agreeing with Jamie Hayter, you spend $150 to get 110. So that's the profit. You put down 300, then you get 210, yada, 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 yada. But if you believe in your heart of hearts that Toni Storm, as boring as she is going to retain, then you put 110 down and you might get 150. And that's actually not that bad of a bet. It's just, that's where you make $40. So are you willing to lose 100 to make 40? And in reality, people don't go gambling. The hardcore gamblers just don't put down $100 bet. They double it. They want that victory to come in to their pockets within thousands of dollars. They want thousands of dollars. As for me, I'm happy if I win a bet for $2. If I'm at that corner store and I'm scratching and I win $2, I'm happy. I'm like, man, I got $2. I'm going to savor this. Even if I have $20 in my pocket, I'm going to get a Yoo-hoo, a bag of potato chips, and bubblegum. So that's a unique one. Let me know what you guys think in the chat room. What would you guys have up on here? You got, yo, DST, Swerve, and Keith Lee. Who would you actually bet on that? If you had money, if you had $100 to bet on this, and this is a legit bet, you could go online right now. It started a week ago, actually a month ago, when Brad Shepard posted it first. Let me know who would you have, Jamie Hayter or Toni Storm, to make that $100 off of. Then the next match that we have is, let me know if everything is good. The next match we have is going to be MJF versus Jon Moxley, and they have MJF winning 500 to 300. So if you pick MJF to win, you have to put $500 down and you'll get 300, which isn't that bad. Like, damn, if you have 500 and you know you could get 300, which is a $200 profit, why not? Go to the show, go to the event, and then you got your tickets already there, right? You win, he wins the match, and that's that. The part where I got to look into it more, maybe some of you guys might help me out, is what happens is if he wins by DQ, if he wins by submission, then that sort of opens up Pandora's box. But these are straight W's and L's right here. And now to get the big money, the $200 profit, Jon Moxley is the underdog. He has 300 versus MJF's 500. So to make 500, you have to put down 300. So 600 to make 1,000. I'm hoping you guys understand where this is going. But then there's so many other things I've heard up on here where, like, if you're writing wrestling, can't you, like, mess up the storyline? Can't you do some shenanigans where nobody gets paid and you keep it? If you're MJF and you're on your last week of the contract going to WCW, and you're going to the WWE, wouldn't you play some shenanigans like that? Wouldn't you spend like, all right, they got, like, say this was his last match before WWE, and they have me winning by 500 versus 300, and I'm going to win. I know I'm going to win. But guess what? When he puts me in a submission hole, I'm going to tap 3 times, and I put down 50 grand. I put 50 grand down on my betting odds, and I'm out. And if you really want to get cocky with it, if you want to quit WWE, if you want to quit wrestling, essentially, right, if you're a good star or if you just have betting odds against you, go ham on yourself. Go in a business for yourself. But that's what's scary about it. I think that's what scares a lot of hardcore bettors, knowing that, we know basketball's sort of rigged. We sort of know this is rigged. Wrestling tells us they're rigged. So, like, even me and you guys, like, when we were watching wrestling and then when we first heard that you could bet on wrestling, it's the first thing that pops into your mind is like, always listen to your instincts, because that's the truth right there. Now they're going to colorful it up. They're going to give you a nice fancy website. You're going to have podcasts popping up like me now talking about betting odds. It's pretty. It's sexy. Money, sex, drugs, all that sells. Fear, danger, all of it sells. You put a pretty picture on it, anybody will get it. Anybody will get it. But, man, that's what we got to look forward to right now. I would love to hear if anybody's up on here live, chatting. I'll drop down the link. I know it's early in the 8 p.m.s. So we got Almighty. We got the link if anybody wants to drop down their knowledge and talk about it. But it's a unique concept. You're gonna have people rigging the system. You might have a referee going on for himself, right? Like a referee will slap the mat 3 times, knowing that the other person shouldn't have won, but on the side he put a G down. It is wild. Like if you're the referee, if you're Aubrey Edwards and you know MJF is gonna win, I just put down $500,000 on Dean Ambrose, John Moxley. I'm giving him the quick 1, 2, 3. I'm out, Tony Khan. F you. Kind of crazy, man. Kind of crazy. They claim I got money on them. So we got DST, but they aren't. They showed you have money on the claim, but they switched up so many times. If you're watching the screen right now, that you can't even bet on them. But I'm sure there's a website that you can bet on them. But the one that I'm looking at right now is not. Just the 2 big shots, the big shot call, the 20-inch blades on the Impalas. So, Ride slaps her hoof. She has slaps her hoof, and we were all good. But how is my microphone doing by any chance? I know I haven't been streaming for a while, so the interaction is very low. I put it out on Twitter, and I noticed that when I don't use YouTube off the bat, it sort of throttles my reach. They know that I'm using StreamYards, thus this ugly bird up here that they want me to spend $30 to get rid of it. I get that's crazy, right? That's crazy. Like, they want you to spend $30 to get rid of that bird, and it's just like, nah, that bird is paying me $30. I'm just giving him ad-free advertisement to make you feel all professional. So the things that they do to gas us up on here, just taking a swerve because that's the channel. The things that they do to gas us up to make us feel important. Oh, Swerve, you gave us money to take away the goose. Now you get to film in 1080p, and instead of 2 lines, you get 3 lines. Oh my God. So it's kind of corny. What up, Awesomeness Sports? Been checking out your channel a long time. Gee, we might go to your channel to get some bets on. We're just talking, if you're new, we're talking about how to bet on wrestling. And this is a website right here. And the bets are on Jamie Hayter defeating who's the champion right there? Jamie Hayter versus Tony Storm. And you could get $40 if you bet 100 on Jamie, depending on how much you go. I'll bring up the screen one more time for those who aren't looking, and I'll try to break it down. Long story short, it is long story short, you make a few bucks in there. You gotta make money. You gotta spend money to make money. And I would, if I was myself, I would bet a small bet on Jamie Hayter, 150 to get that $40 profit if I was going to the show. So that ticket would be free, right? $40 ticket. If I make that profit, bam, free. MJF versus John Moxley scares me because to make that 500, you're betting 300 that John Moxley wins. But if John Moxley wins, they make him look weak, right? Super weak. Because he's already lost the title. John Moxley got played by CM Punk. He got played by Adam Page. And he just got the title because I think Tony Khan was just like, damn, man, this guy's been through it thick and thin. Went to AA with me. Went with me, shit. Went to AA, came back, hasn't talked smack. His wifey, Renee Paquette, always has my back on the podcast. But then he loses the belts a lot. Or do you keep it on him? Do you keep it on him? Does Wardlow interfere so it breaks even? Get that babyface thing going on because, you know, the anti-Semitic stuff going on. They don't want MJF a heel. They want him a good guy. They don't want all that backlash. So you got that going on. And these are the things you got to think about when you're betting in wrestling. These are the things that people thought about in football. Giants, Lawrence Taylor, man, yo, I saw him at the club at 3 a.m. He was tipsy. I don't think he's going to get those 5 sacks. I'm not betting on him. Yo, I'm not betting on wrestling. MJF was up all night tweeting, dude is way off. He looks like he might not even wrestle, and he's not taking it seriously. Like at the way she walked to the ring, Jamie Hayter, she had a sad face on. Every time we knew that Bianca Belair or Bayley had a sad face on, Sabu, they were losing. Hurry up, let's switch that bet. What if I'm a referee? I want to switch a bet. What if I'm a rider? If I'm a rider in the back, I switch it up at the last second. If I'm a referee, I switch it up at the last second. If you're somebody that's just fed up with wrestling, you could be a fan and run up in there and be like, bong, knock him out. You ain't getting this W. Like, it's wild. It's wild. But hit that like, please. It helps for sure. I don't know if there's any likes up on here. I don't know if we've been growing. Definitely helps out the channel. I'm going to check it out if anybody left a like. If not, you all getting pow-pow. You were all getting pow-pow. 6 likes, damn. I'm just whack. But remove this confirm. And the question is, would you bet on wrestling? 57% of you guys said no. I agree with you. We're going to still do it. We might have some fun doing it, making money, fake money. Let's do that. Maybe we could have like fake money on the sidelines like Joe Cronin does. Let's be honest, that's fake money. Or people that have gotten played giving him real money. But let's do that. I'm down for some predictions, gambling predictions, and see where it takes us. But I will let you guys know for sure, 100%. If there's a bet that I'm doing that's real, I'm going to go all out. I'm telling you guys, yo, my dumb ass voted for Funaki to come in the Royal Rumble and win it. But if there's a bet that I feel like, damn, I could drop 100 down and maybe bring home an extra 100 just for the fun of it, why not? But then what if I get addicted to that? I like remember like everybody be in the community like, yo, remember Swerve, man? He was so cool. He just finally broke through. He was on TMZ. He was doing this. His Twitter was blowing up. But ever since he betted on Funaki at the Royal Rumble, his life just took a 180 turn. He's on the streets shooting up heroin. He's begging. He's begging Steve Callahan for money. He's on the couch. He got needles in his arms while he's doing the show. It's just like, damn, help this kid. He's selling cow cum with Bray Wyatt. Cow cum. What up, cow cum? But look forward to that in a few weeks. I'm going to try to collab with a few people and get it on before these hours. This hour obviously is dead. Everybody and their mother's doing a watch along, a fucking sing along, a review. So, and YouTube is dying. I'm going to try to bring this baby back to life. If not that, on Twitter, somebody's getting it. Somebody's going to get got. Till then, love you guys. Be safe. This is your boy Dominic here live on the Swerve Show. Make sure to chime on in every now and then. Live on Twitter 24/7. If you need me, if you want to be on TMZ, shoot me a DM on my Twitter account. I got the hookups right there. So have some fun, man. Explore your inhibitions. See if you're scared or not. Because 20 people came to me all about that life. And I only came to 3 people that were really wanting to do it. 20 people were like, yo, I'm down to be on TMZ. 10 people got scared. Yo, I'm really going to be on TV? Yes, you're really going to be on TV. Then the next 5 people were like, I don't know how to download Skype. I'll just Skype for it. Then the other people were like, can't they do it on like Zoom? And then the other 2 people, the 3 people that don't even have podcasts are the ones that are all about that life. They have it up and ready. They have it up and ready to go. So that's life for you. Till then, this is your boy Dominic. Hit that like on the way out. Subscribe if you're new. And I'm out. Peace.
Drop by, say hello in the chatty while we get the show started. Hit that like, subscribe if you're new, and share if you can. Then don't.
So let me just put this in closing. Didn't even really get to talk about the meat and potatoes of this, right? So we're gonna try to do a website, once a week show. Actually, the day before a pay-per-view, maybe 2 days, depending on the schedule, and hopefully be on the slam.net. I will be giving you my predictions on the betting odds of pay-per-views. A lot of the matches don't have that option for you to bet because it's almost too crazy and too out there. But then you'll have the most recent pay-per-view coming up, Full Gear. And the only 2 matches you're allowed to bet on is Jamie Hayter versus Tony Storm and MJF versus Jon Moxley. I told you off the bat, it's very, very tricky. The other ones that they didn't want you to bet on, the Acclaimed versus Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. And I believe that's exactly because they've been 50-50 and doing flip-floppity stuff. They have the Gunn brothers being involved. So technically, there's nothing really that could happen. And if it is some shenanigans, the fans who bet money can fight back and sort of like, yo, what's good? ROH title, Jericho, Castagnoli, Danielson. Nobody knows what's really going to happen. And the 2 main matches right here. If you agree with Jamie Hayter winning and defeating Tony Storm for that title, you will have to put up $150 to win $110. So if you want 120, you would have to spend 300, yada, yada, yada. But if you lose all that money. If you bet against the underdog, Tony Storm, which I wouldn't because she has been born as heck. She's been demoted to dark. You'd put 110 down and get 150 back. So you get a nice little $40 profit. And if you keep on doubling that, you could turn that into a G. Now, in the main event, you got MJF versus Jon Moxley. They got Moxley winning 500 to 300. So you put 500 down, you're winning 300. That's a $200 profit. But if you bet against the odds, Jon Moxley, you put 300, you win 500. That's a $200 profit. So where do you go with that? And do you think Moxley's going to lose the belt off the bat? That might be a good little W on the side. As of right now, they have MJF winning. Moxley has been their heart and soul of the show. He got played by Adam Page. He got played by CM Punk. Wins, lose, and it feels like they just gave him the title. Now you're going to tell me all of a sudden his first real pay-per-view match he's going to lose it against MJF? I don't think so. I think somebody comes in. I think the firm interferes. I think Wardlow might interfere. MJF is creating a lot of bad guys, so this might come right at the fruition where he gets that title and he's about to get it, uno, dos, and all the people that he's, stabbed in the back come out and stop that. So I'd bet against MJF winning. That would be smart money right there. But then again, this could close down and we could get more information later on, and maybe these other matches do pop up. Hopefully I'll have a coast. Make sure to check me on Twitter at the Swerve Show on TMZ and hopefully the slam.net. Till then, be safe, everybody. Hit that like. It means a lot, especially since we're trying to regrow back up on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter, where we've been trending at least once a week, man, for it to get bad or good or people getting trolled. Till then, have a safe weekend. It's Friday, 10 p.m. New York Eastern Time. This is your boy Swerve, and I am out. Peace. You share your stream in the community, Swerve. Definitely. What up, Aaron? Austin Behringer.
You are now watching The Swerve Show with your boy Dominic, live from New York City, beaming that podcast beam from on top of the Empire State Building down to all your favorite stations down below. Hit that like and subscription button if you're new. Hit that bell tone for breaking news and live crazy shows with our community after Raw, AEW, SmackDown, and pay-per-views. Till then, I'm out.
Damn, that's a big booger. Oh, I'm still alive. Damn.